Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is the digital asset investor, and my 8-year-old had his Little League tryout yesterday afternoon, and he was looking pretty strong. The weird thing about raising my kids in baseball is that I've never practiced. All we've really focused on is hitting and fielding. Never really, a little bit on the pitching, but not much. But the pitching is what both of my kids from a very young age, I think because I've thrown them so many balls, their hand-eye coordination is such that they're very accurate pitchers from an early age, which is kind of interesting. Didn't plan on that one. Okay, this guy that goes by M sent me this, which I thought was pretty interesting. Microsoft's quantum computer cloud service now open to the public. I thought we were going to be waiting for all these type things for 20 years. Microsoft Azure quantum service open to the public on Monday, bringing the radically different computing technology to the world's second biggest cloud computing service. Says Azure Quantum includes quantum computers made by Honeywell and IonQ. These machines use a design called an ion trap that employs electronically charged atoms. That my head is starting to hurt here. I'm not going to go any further into this, just other than once again, we have somebody else coming out of nowhere talking about quantum computing as if it's imminent instead of 20 years into the future, which is why I want to keep showing you this anytime I see these things. Now, there is something going on in the precious metals market big time. The other day we talked about how those same people that were doing the Wall Street bets apparently were trying to create a silver short squeeze, and so that's going on. And what's happening is all the physical precious metals are in shortage. Says over the past 6 hour reports, U.S. Mint unable to meet surging demand for gold and silver bullion coins. The UK's Royal Mint said on Tuesday it saw 14 times the usual demand over the weekend for its silver products. That's from Reuters. Then they've got a hashtag. This is the hashtag everybody's using right now. Hashtag silver squeeze. It's going to be interesting to see how that all works out. Now, Stewart XRP sent me, this is a clip from Thinking Crypto. So go to his channel and give him a subscribe on YouTube. Thinking Crypto. It says, listen to what former SEC official and lawyer had to say about the Ripple case. Now, what you're about to hear is pure reasonableness, which that is the one thing that has been missing completely from what Jay Clayton did. And that's the one thing I think, I believe it will tarnish his reputation forever, because what he did was just downright, it reeks of something other than trying to do what the SEC was created to do. It reeks of politics. I don't know what they are, but it reeks of something other than trying to do the right thing and what the SEC was for. And this guy's being reasonable. This guy used to be with the SEC. Listen to what he says.
The act right now, investor harm is going to happen. The judge just might say, why did if XRP was a problem, you've known about XRP since 2012.
Right.
Why now?
My question is, why wouldn't the judge say that? Any reasonable judge, that's the first thing they're going to say. And they ought to turn around. I don't even know if it's possible, but if they could do it, what they ought to do is fine Jay Clayton for what he did on that basis. There's nothing reasonable. If I was a judge, I would be insulted that they brought it into my courtroom.
Well, what is going on here? So I think we start out with the XRP case, with a factual posture that may not be the best for the SEC, and I think that there's a good chance. I can't give you a percentage on that. I think there's a good chance that the SEC loses this one, and if they lose it, whether that's at the district court or, frankly, if they lose it at the district court and they don't settle it, they'll surely appeal it to the Second Circuit. They could end up with a ruling that makes it very difficult for them to exercise any authority at all over the entire crypto space. And I don't think that would be a great thing, because I think, as I said earlier, I think there are some
Maybe that was the whole purpose.
Interests that the U.S. federal securities laws are designed to protect that would make sense here. It's just, you just have to be, very thoughtful about what kinds of requirements you put on this industry.
So let's say...
Okay, moving along, I wanted to show you this. This is interesting. Jeremy Allaire from Circle, who yesterday announced that the USDC coin would move over the Stellar network so that it can move in 5 seconds, put this out. He says, much sooner from what I'm hearing / seeing. Just like access to Twitter became a national security issue by 2020, access to Bitcoin will become a national security issue by 2030. And then he shows this, 2007, people can't decide whether Twitter is the next YouTube or digital equivalent of a hula hoop. To those who think the Twitter frivolous Evan Williams has a response. Whoever said that things have to be useful. Anyway, so bottom line is, the way I read this, Jeremy Allaire just said that Bitcoin is going to become a national security issue sooner rather than later. And if you remember, Donald Trump called it that, or maybe it wasn't Trump. Somebody, I think it was Steve Mnuchin that called it a national security issue. Okay, now this is going to get interesting right here. I want you to follow me here. So yesterday, this news came out. Jeff Bezos to step down as Amazon CEO, Andy Jassy to take over in Q3. Andy Jassy was the guy who led Amazon Web Services. Okay? Follow me because we're going somewhere. This is a CNBC thing
Amazon
on it.
And Jeff Bezos' decision to step down as CEO but remain on as executive chair. Andy Jassy, who has been running the company's AWS cloud business, is taking over as chief executive starting in the third quarter of this year. John Fort has spoken to Jassy frequently. He's booked him on the show a lot, too, and he joins us right now with some thoughts about what to take away from this. John, what do you think? Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's become somewhat of a tradition for us. We've been talking at their annual AWS reInvent conference for years, and so many thoughts about Andy Jassy here. It's interesting because he's been with Amazon since 1997. So he is not quite a founder, of course. That's clearly Jeff Bezos, but he is a founder of AWS itself. Also interesting that he was one of the first to work with Jeff Bezos in this technical assistant role that he really developed into a more of a chief of staff type role. And when I was talking to him a few years ago, he told me when Jeff Bezos first approached him about taking that role, Jassy turned it down. He said it's not well defined enough. The couple people who had done it before, they were working on some ancillary projects that weren't core. He didn't really want to do that. So he and Bezos had this back and forth about it until Jassy pushed the idea that it's more like a chief of staff type role where he was deeply involved in the core things that Bezos was doing every day. Bezos allowed him to shape the role in that way, and it turned into a great development experience. And to me, that speaks to the type of relationship that these two guys have. And I spent a lot more time with Jassy, only interviewed Bezos a couple of times, but the way that Jassy is able to consistently speak for the overall Amazon strategy, talk to his relationship with Jeff Bezos, and talk about the way that Jeff Bezos leads all of Amazon, it leaves me kind of not surprised that Bezos would tap him to lead the entire company forward at this point. Jassy has had his fingers in all parts of the company, even though at this point he's really been driving AWS for a while. So it makes a lot of...
Okay, so check this out. Let's see. So Zero Hedge, after this announcement, tweets this out. IBM's recently new CEO, Arvind Krishna Cloud, okay? Amazon's brand new CEO, Andy Jassy, who comes from AWS, okay? Amazon Web Services, they're the cloud part of what they do, okay? So I think that what Zero Hedge, it says clear trend here. I think that what Zero Hedge is saying is that the whole world, the whole focus of everything is going to be in the cloud moving forward, and that these are not coincidences. I would draw your attention to the fact that IBM is a partner with Stellar, and Amazon, I think you'd call it a partner with Ripple. I don't know if it's an official thing, but we'll get there, don't worry. Okay, so this was a tweet from back in November of 2020. Amazon. So I was in a coffee shop this morning here in New York City. There's only 2 other people in there with me. Heard 2 gentlemen speaking about Amazon's next big wave. Look what I found. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, Amazon Web Services, blockchain. Amazon managed blockchain, create and manage stable blockchain networks. Amazon Quantum Ledger Database. There's that word again, Quantum Ledger Database. And then there's this, AWS Partner Profile, Ripple. RippleNet is a decentralized global network, We won't go all into that, okay? You get the point. And then it says, sorry guys, forgot to add the link. So this is the link to the Ripple, this page right here. And then there was this. Listen to this. What this is from Jack the Rippler, AWS Loft event. So this is an Amazon Web Services Loft event. 2019 July, and spring from Ripple is on the stage. Interledger protocol will connect everything together. XRP will be the bridge currency for every currency. Everyone will use XRP. Listen to this and listen close, because the lady speaking is this Vanessa Alexandra Pastrito. I don't know if, I think they're saying that she's from AWS, but she may be from Spring. I can't remember. But anyway, bottom line is, this is an AWS event, and this lady's talking about it. Listen to this.
Beauty of Interledger also, which this app is built on, is that you can pay in any currency you want. So if someone is, well, today it's Bitcoin.
I think I recognize her name. I think she's from Ripple.
More plugins being built so that you could have more currencies added. So you could even have Stellar at some point. And if Max is Stellar loyal and I am an XRP loyalist, then I will just stream payments in XRP and it will pay out in lumens to him. And if you're a Bitcoin maximalist and holding Ether, there you go. I'll be paying in ETH and you will receive in Bitcoin. And so that's what we're building on and making investments on the infrastructure side as well as on the application side, like Coil.
Yeah. And this is what I actually really love about this technology. If you look at traditional payments, there's like about 9 trillion, yes, with a T, daily that moves through traditional rails. And if you look at crypto world, it's 80 billion daily. So 80 billion to 9 trillion, 80 billion in that case is kind of like a rounding error. And that's like 80 billion collectively of all of the, the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, the Ripples and Stellars of the world. So what I really like specifically about Interledger, not only does it allow you to have micropayments, but it allows you to connect all of those ledgers together so you can actually combine that 80 billion so you even have a chance of, competing that $9 trillion a day traditional rail incumbent. So basically what it does, it's like Jon Snow and Daenerys, and they are getting everybody together on the blockchain side so they can go fight the White Walkers. And that's what Interledger is.
And everything goes really well after that for them.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, there's one analogy. Okay, and then there's this. This is from Matthew Linai. The interoperability of XRP seems the best choice for any AWS blockchain member to work together. And then these are slides. These are slides where it says AWS blockchain use cases. It's got R3 on there. We're familiar with that. And then here, leading blockchains run on AWS. It's got Digital Currency Group, Ripple, Chain. It's got a Coinbase. So you can see. And then here's the actual slideshow right there. Now, speaking of Digital Currency Group, this is from, and notice the graphic, because this is almost, literally, it's like a black and white version of the graphic that was on Ripple's website for literally the last few years. May 1st, 2016, Digital Currency Group collaborates with Amazon Web Services to help bring enterprises and blockchain startups together. Removing friction from, I've heard Brad Garlinghouse say friction a jillion times. The collaboration aims to make experimentation with blockchain frictionless for both consumers of blockchain applications and those who provide them. Digital Currency Group's work with its portfolio companies and its corporate partners through discussions, workshops, and working groups or use cases for distributed ledger technology. Identified a need for blockchain providers to be able to interact with corporate customers in trusted environments. AWS's extensive work with both blockchain providers and enterprises trying to integrate DLT solutions into their operations identified an opportunity to better. Anyway, I'm not going to go on any further. Okay, so this is Digital Currency Group. Well, who's Digital Currency Group? They're an investor in Ripple. I've talked about this before. It is their largest investment. This is Barry Silbert, the CEO. Ripple, the company, is our largest. This is from 2019. Ripple, the company, is our largest investment. XRP is not on our conviction list of holdings yet. Super bullish on the company. Neutral on the token as of now. Remember this date, July 16th of 2019. On October 27th of 2016, he says, I'm with you on Twitter. We, Digital Currency Group, only own Bitcoin, Ripple XRP, Ethereum Classic, and now Zcash. And I've asked him on Twitter more than once, I believe, if XRP apparently was on his conviction list in 2016. Did he sell it, or is he just not wanting to talk about it in 2019? I believe it's the latter. I think he doesn't want to talk about it in 2019. I think nobody wanted to talk about it in 2019. I think the time's coming very soon when they will talk about it. And then there's this. This is Andy Jassy, who's left Amazon Web Services, or left, I guess is not the right term, but who has been promoted from Amazon Web Services to being the CEO of Amazon itself. Listen to what he says, starting around here.
Solution to the first problem. The second problem, where you want decentralized trust across a group of people, that needs to be solved with blockchain. And so I'm excited to announce the launch of Amazon Managed Blockchain, which is fully managed blockchain service supporting both Hyperledger Fabric and Ethereum. So this service is going to make it much easier for you to use the two most popular blockchain frameworks. So for companies typically who know the number of members that they want in their blockchain network and where they want some kind of robust private operations and capabilities, people typically choose Hyperledger Fabric. And for those who don't know the number of members or want to allow any number of members to join where it's largely public, they usually choose Ethereum. Hyperledger Fabric is available for you to start using today. Ethereum will be available in a couple months. It scales to support thousands of applications, running millions of transactions. Really, the most exciting part of it to me is just how much easier it is to get started and to get operating a blockchain with a few clicks. So in the console,
there's that word again, Amazon Quantum Ledger Database. Okay, so then there's this. This is from I Am Legion. He's a definite follow if you don't follow him. He's I Am Legion at Paisan 26849-860. Listen to this. This is a guy from a company, Saya, in, I believe, Italy. Listen to what he says.
The big player actually are very interested in SIA chain. And this is the reason why we are investigating a strategic partnership, and we have recently closed a very strategic partnership with R3. In addition, we are talking quite a lot with other big players, in particular Hyperledger Fabric and Ripple, and we are investigating how to help the banks and the corporate to deliver their services on the best of breed technology in the world.
Okay, and then this is Hyperledger's website, and you'll notice that NTT Data's there, R3's there, Ripple's there. You'll see some others that you recognize: Accenture, investor in Ripple, IBM, JP Morgan, Everybody who's anybody is in this game. And then this leads us back to here. This is the Everest document that I've shown on this channel many a time. I'm showing it again. This shows you, this is Interledger, enabling interoperability across platforms 2020 to 2025. Blockchain DLTs, there's Hyperledger Fabric, R3, digital asset hold, Ethereum. We got DTCC. Oh, there's Amazon. We've got IBM. Everybody is in the game. I mean, whoever laid this out, I need to blow this up and frame it and put it on my wall in my office. I think that will be done eventually, because this right here is the whole game laid out for you right there. And then finally, I'm going to draw your attention to this. I love every once in a while hitting on these people who were on social media and sounded like they knew something and then disappeared. I've talked about Kendra Hill before. Esoteric XRP points it out here. I've shown this tweet several times. 1. Kendra Hill revealed a few things back in 2018. 1. XRP and XLM were the chosen ones. 2. Ripple and Amazon. Amazon Web Services announcement coming. And then Codius was not dead. Codius, I believe, might be what is now Flare. Cross-border payments was only a test. The $100+ trillion derivatives market was the real target. So, what did Kendra Hill say about Amazon Web Services? It's right here. A partnership years in the making in a deal which was negotiated in 2015. Amazon holds stake in 5 billion XRP. Currently, that XRP is in a locked account until the partnership is made public. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you, I don't know this to be true. I'm just telling you that it's interesting that she said it, or he or she or whoever this is said it. Why has this been kept a secret? Let me first respond to this by asking you a question. Why does the price of XRP not move when new partnerships are announced? The answer to my question is that XRP has no use cases currently. This will soon change. When it does, the price will rise quickly. They are very selective when announcing new partnerships publicly. So to answer your question, it is in the best interest of everyone involved to keep the price as low as possible, allowing major investors to buy in early, while also pushing away investors from the lower class. When the Amazon, do any of you that are in the lower class, or anybody that are just average people, do any of you feel like you're being pushed away from XRP right now? I can promise you some people do. Let me find where I was here again, because I thought that was an interesting thing they said. It says low as possible, allowing major investors to buy in early while also pushing away investors from the lower class. When the Amazon partnership is announced, the world will be talking about XRP. Millions of people will buy XRP on that day, so this partnership is being saved for a later date. Never look at Ripple for what it is today. Always assume there are multiple steps ahead at any given time. There are very intelligent people coordinating our world, and nothing is made public before it is meant to. Well, you have me releasing information that is in my possession. However, no one will be listening to me at this point in time. In the future, my blog posts will be quote discovered. I mean, I'm literally coming back to this thing now. They predict, it says in the future my blog post will be quote discovered. Then you will listen to what I have to say next. Why would Amazon care to partner with Ripple in 2015? Ripple, XRP, and Codius, when combined, provide a level of value that cannot be matched by anyone. Ripple is not Ripple by chance. This was all planned. Forget about Amazon for a moment. Ripple has ties to the Federal Reserve and beyond. When XRP is combined with Codius, you have the ultimate payment processing solution integrated into smart contracts which offer a variety of privacy options. A company such as Amazon could not find a more perfect match. Amazon is also very similar to Ripple, as it too has ties to powerful entities. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and ask your friends and family, is it just a coincidence that the cloud guy has taken over the reins now of Amazon? Thanks for listening.